you? Oh my God, I can make out Ludhiana आ गया. हमारे यहाँ पंखा चल रहा है.
अच्छा. बड़ी सर ठंड है यहाँ पे.
और तुम्हारे हाई कोर्ट में क्या हो गया?
हाई कोर्ट में?
लुधियाना में हाई कोर्ट में हुआ ना वो.
अच्छा हाँ सर, वो बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुआ एक सर, वो 3-4 दिन पहले. एंड
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get on. So firstly, I just want to get to know very quickly, how are you feeling today? On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your energy level? 1 if it is low and 10 if it is high. So in the chat box, let me know what is your energy level right now. So 7 is not good for me. Anything above 8 is okay. 7 is low energy. So come on, let's build up some energy. I want to see you doing something. Shake yourself up. Let's make some movement. Yeah. Amarjeet is in Ludhiana. It's very cold there. So maybe that's why he's... And where are you, Ujjwala? Are you in Chandigarh or are you in Pune?
I'm in Chandigarh.
That's right.
It's quite cold here.
Yeah, that's why it's cold. Yeah, coats and all there.
Yeah.
So, of course, Sudhakar is from Hyderabad. And Bindu is from Bangalore, and I am from Bombay. So we've got quite a all India group, even when we are just 7 people here. Yeah, 8 actually. No, we are 7. Amarjeet is on 2 devices, but on 1 device we have 2 people also. Yeah. Okay. So we'll get going straight away without wasting any time. So let me share my screen and start from there. So today, I'm going to be making a little difference than my normal goal setting workshops. And what I'm looking at is something to look at 2022 as a stepping stone for the rest of your life. Let me just wait for Jyoti to join in. She just joined in, so... So the moment Jyoti joins in and she says, we can start again. I just wanted to see if... Hi, Jyoti, are you there? Can you come on your camera and unmute yourself and say hi?
Hi. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we just started and I'm going to just repeat what I just said 2 minutes back. So I said today, we are doing this masterclass on Visualize 2022. And when I'm saying this, I'm looking at all of you taking 2022 as a stepping stone to your future. So we are not looking at goals for 2022 in isolation. We are looking at how we want to change our life. How do we want to make our life much better? And in that, what can we do in 2022 to set on that trajectory? So if we decide that this is our trajectory, we obviously will have some process, we'll have some way of reaching there, and that is what we are going to discuss today, right? So 2020 and 2021 have been very, very challenging years for all of us. And the way ahead now is to look at it from the lens of a changed perspective. Things are not the same the way they were 2 years back. We say in BC, things were different. So BC now is no longer before Christ, it is before Corona or before COVID. And AD is after distancing. So we need to look at the world that is now coming across us in a very different way. We are in the times of transition. We have had 2 very, very tough years for all of us. We are going through these times of transition where everything has changed and probably some things have changed forever. And the life from now onwards will not be the same as it used to be in February 2020 and before. So let's be very focused on saying that the new life that we are going to lead is going to be different. And how are we getting used to that? How are we accustomed to that? How are we navigating our way through that? So that is what we want to know. Just a little recap of the 20 years of 2020 and 2021 that rocked the world. Okay, a lot of things happened. One is that it was the first of its type of crisis. There had been epidemics, there had been pandemics, but nothing of the type that COVID happened. It was worldwide. It didn't spare anyone. It came quite suddenly. There was no prediction that anything like that could happen. There was no vaccine. The entire world was taken by surprise, and everyone faced challenges, whether it was work related, financial related, social relationships, health, and emotional. And when we went under the complete lockdown, and that is probably the first time in our life ever it happened, we valued our freedom. We realized that how we can be curtailed, how we can be locked up in our own houses without going out. And therefore, it changed the way we think, the way we live, the way we behave. Everything started changing. We experienced the uncertainty of human existence. We saw people dying. We saw our neighbors. We saw people very ill. We saw oxygen not available. You saw helplessness all over. And even when you wanted to do something for somebody, you were not able to. You had deaths in the family and you couldn't even attend their funerals. I mean, things were as bad. Some of us have gone through a lot of challenges. People like me, I feel, have been very lucky. We didn't have anything which I can say was a major issue with us. We have gone through it very smoothly, but we have experienced other people around us having a lot of problems. We have seen the worst recession financially. We have gone down as a country, as a business, everywhere things have gone down. And there has been a sharp rise in unemployment. Overall, 53% businesses were affected. And then these 2 years, we went through waves of uncertainty. The first wave was over. We thought we are getting out of it and we were just getting used to something better. The second wave hit us more drastically. And we saw some of the worst things happening in second wave. And then now, when people started moving out, everything opened up. Now everyone is sort of worried about, concerned about the third wave of Omicron coming up and various other variants that keep threatening us all the time. Yesterday's news, 6,000 flights have got cancelled. So these are alarming things that are changing. In such scenario, how do we make our plans? That is the question we are going to address. So it's not going to be like a goal setting workshop I've been doing them for the last about 8-9 years now. There's a difference here. And the difference is that the environment we are living in has changed so much. So now the first thing I want to do is I want you to see how do we set our intention. Okay. Whenever you do anything in life, whenever you take up a new project, you have something, you have to be very, very clear on a focused intention, because intention is that seed that creates the future. What is your intention? What are you wanting to do? And also, it has been proved by research that when you put your intention very clearly and give it out to the universe connives to make that happen for you. Many times we ourselves are not sure of what we want, and our intentions are not clear, our thoughts are digressed, and we are not focused. And that really distracts us from getting our results. So today we are going to look at firstly the intention. So what I'm wanting you to do is, I want you to look at these couple of things. I want you to set your intention right now. Think about this and say, why am I here? And answer this. Why am I here in this masterclass today? When everyone is enjoying holidays between Christmas and New Year's, why am I here? Okay, so that why am I here? You should be answering that on a piece of paper for yourself. I forgot to say in the beginning, but my workshops are totally practical. There will be a lot of activity. You need to have your paper and pencil, your notebook or something, because there will be a lot of things like that. I'll also recommend that you take screenshots as you go along wherever you think things are going to help you, because they will. When I'm saying, why am I here? I also want to go a little deeper and say, why did I invest my team? And what is team? Team is a little acronym that I have given to my way of saying time, effort, energy, and money. Why have I invested my time, effort, energy, and money in this 2 hours of time today? Why am I doing it? Then what do I expect? Right on at the end of this session, what do I expect? And how can I get a high ROTI? And ROTI is return on time invested. That means, how am I going to get the best out of these 2 hours? Primarily by remaining focused, not getting distracted by your phone and things that are happening around you, and telling yourself right now that for the next 120 minutes, I am going to be focused on this. You will not let your thoughts get distracted. You will not allow your TV, your mobile, your family members distract you from the intention that you're setting. So are you all ready to do that? How many of you are committed? Write in the chat box COM, and COM is that you're committed. And what I mean by your commitment is that for the next 2 hours, you are going to put your total heart and soul into your own future planning. So please write in the chat box, and I want to see how many people say that, how many people say COM. Yes, so I've got Sudhakar, Ujwala, and Bindu, only 3 people so far. Jyoti also, sorry, Jyoti. Sudhakar, Ujwala, Jyoti, Bindu, and Parijat also said. Okay, right. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take you to breakout rooms. So we are hardly any people, but yet I want you to go into 2 breakout rooms at least and see. Maybe we can, let me see if I can, just give me a second to decide how many rooms I want to make. Where are the breakout rooms? Sorry. Something has gone wrong. I'm not getting the breakout rooms. Just 1 second. Okay. Yeah. There was some problem about the breakout rooms. So okay, I'm creating 3 rooms. And Bindu, you also be in one of the rooms. You also do this exercise along with them, right? So now we have got 2 to 3 people in a room, but I am going to change. Okay, no, I will recreate and put you in 2 rooms only. I think it is because Amarjit is on 2 devices. Okay, so now I think it's fair. So we got 2 rooms, and you're going to be in 2 rooms. I want you to, whatever you have written down, and I'm going to take you back to the previous slide. So please remember, because the slide will not be visible to you once you are Just a minute. Yeah, you're not going to be seeing that slide. So I want you to remember these. And if you were writing down when I told you set your intention, you would know. So quickly, either take a screenshot or write this down, because this is what you're going to discuss in the breakout rooms. So each one of you are going to tell the other two people, what is your intention? Why am I here? And then comment on each other so that you help each other to clarify their intention. Because I believe that once we set an intention in the beginning of the class, we are going to be able to decide a proper trajectory, a proper path, a proper line of direction. Okay, so here we are going to the rooms, and there we go. But we, what happens is the rooms don't open till we create some noise. So I want pom 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 pom. Let everyone unmute yourselves. Let's have some noise. Good. Only one person. I can only hear one person. What are other people? Come on.
Kids, come on, other kids, start. Sudhakar.
Okay. Other rooms not opening up? It said breakout rooms in progress, but I'm not seeing anyone leaving for the breakout room. What happened? I'm going to start that again. Oh my God, it's going to take 1 minute now. Oh shit. Okay. Sorry for this. Something technically has gone wrong. I know it never happens, that the breakout rooms didn't open and then I was doing something, they closed. So another 30 seconds, you'll be back and I'll open them again. Till then, please work on your questions. The intention, the stronger you make this intention, the more focused you are on this intention is going to make a lot of difference in the results that you get. So I want each one of you to go back from here today with a very strong sense of getting the results that you're looking for. So here we are opening the rooms again. Yeah. So now the rooms are open and they're waiting for you to create noise. Only when the noise comes, they open up.
Again, we create noise, is it?
Yeah.
Pom, 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 pom. Nobody's doing it.
Till you reach the room.
Okay. Pom, 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 pom. That's it.
Come on. Parijit, where is your pom-pom? And your sister?
Pom, pom.
Your mom is louder than you.
Yes. Make the noise that you'll always do.
Children have a unique way of not making noise when they have to and making it when they shouldn't be doing that.
That's children, right?
That's children, yeah. Okay, so why are you not getting a notification for your breakout rooms, Ujjwala?
I got one. I went to room 2. I was there with Amarjit and I don't know how we came back.
Okay, so
I think in one of the devices I'm not able to connect, sir, on my laptop, but on the mobile I can hear your voice, sir.
So that has to be looked at from your end, because you see, if I'm not available on both, then it could be at my end, but otherwise it has to be your end only. Okay, so each one of you need to go to your toolbox at the bottom and just hover over breakout rooms and you will find a notification saying that you got an invitation to join. In the meantime, let me see if I can do something to put you into those rooms. So Amarjit, you should have already been in room number 1. Are you not there?
No, sir, I am in room number 2. I was there.
Yes,
with
I was
Ujjwala.
in room 2 as well. We just started discussing and then we reached back. I don't know how.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll tell you. There
There
are
was
three
there was a
people already.
timer for 57 seconds for
57
50 yeah
seconds.
56 or 57 seconds for which we were there in the breakout room and then that timer got over and we were kicked out of the breakout room. I think you would have to set the
No,
time
but
even.
No, that's not an issue. That is only there when you close. Only then the timing is set for that. But at the moment, I'll tell you what we'll do. You please treat this as a breakout room, three of you, and start discussing.
all right,
with me.
fine.
Okay.
So I guess Amarjit, we just finished introductions and we were trying to get back to Jyoti. She
Jyoti, are you
was
there?
muted.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yes,
Yeah, so I'll start my introduction. Yeah,
fine.
so I am currently working as a software engineer, and mm, and in my free time, I prepare for my masters or I learn various languages because I'm a language enthusiastic. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so you're a linguist. I guess as I told Amarjit, we were doing,
Yeah.
I give packages in French and English, but I think we
Yeah.
met here to decide, answer these few questions. What do you like, set your intentions? That was what we were supposed to discuss, I guess. Right, Amarjit, or am I
Yeah.
wrong? You can
My
correct me
intention
maybe.
is to set my goal for myself so that I can help others in my associates to help them also to set their goals also. So first of all, I have to have a clarity of my own goals and then I'll be only able to help others. So I'm here to learn how to set goals, how to set priorities and all those things from the brigadier, and then I will be moving ahead. And that's why I have joined this session.
Okay, I'm here because I want to make the best of my potential in 2022, reach the top of my career, reach out to people and help them also reach the top of their careers. And I want to go global. Jyoti?
Great.
Jyoti?
Ujjwala ma'am, can you share your contact coordinate, please?
Uh, yeah, would you like to take it down? Should I say it? 95?
You said,
Or you'll find me on LinkedIn actually, if you're on LinkedIn. I'll put it in the chat box later on.
okay, no problem.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat box. But Jyoti, what is Jyoti doing? I can't hear her again. Has she gone out of touch?
So how much is
Okay,
the
so how
business
is
available in
what do you
Chandigarh?
think? No, I have people all over. It's not only in Chandigarh.
Mhm.
We'll discuss this later personally. I mean, yeah, I have people all over. I have students. I have my associates all over, abroad as well. It's not only Chandigarh.
Okay.
Then what was it? Return on time invested. We were supposed to discuss that, is it?
Yeah, that much 2 hours we are going to spend, and
We are going to
in
spend,
case
but
we
where has Jyoti gone? I can't hear her at all.
anyway not to worry. In case she is not interested, she will. That's why she is not
No, she
speaking.
must be interested. She must
Huh?
be interested, but I cannot see her here.
But I can no, but I think I can see on her on my other device. She is present very much.
She's
But
present.
anyway,
Jyoti, are you there?
maybe some issue, some technical glitch or
Okay, maybe some
something that.
technical issue. So, your Amarjit, you said you are into education as well. What do you do? Some software. You said you are
No,
a
no.
software. That
I
was
Jyoti have said she is a software consultant or engineer. I was in the education branch of the Indian Army, and I was commissioned into AEC in 1980, and then I retired in 2012. And during this tenure, I have had the privilege of working as a head of 4 institutions, all national repute institutions, that is Army School, Byas, Sainik
oh
School,
great.
Jamnagar, Gujarat, Sainik School, Jamnagar, Gujarat, and then the
Oh.
Shmesh Academy, Anandpur Sahab of Badal Sahab,
Okay,
and then
I've come to
flagship
Chandigarh.
and
Amarjit,
flagship program.
I've spent a lot of time in Gujarat. I have my home there in Gujarat. That's
Okay.
because we are on the move all the time because of my husband's job. So even now I keep shuttling
Okay.
between Gujarat and Chandigarh.
Okay, I've spent maximum time in
But it's
Gujarat.
great meeting you. It's great meeting
Yeah.
you now because you stay.
4 years I was in Baroda and 3 years in Jamnagar. 7 years I have spent
Okay.
of my 32 years in the army career, and maximum time I have spent because my passion is to help the student to grow. And 40 students of mine are already donning the army uniform, and they are officers in the Indian Army. And almost
Oh, that's
20
great.
teachers, those who have worked under my leadership, they are now heading various educational system and organization, about 18, 20 of them. So I
It's really
think
nice
I'm
getting to
making
know.
leaders. I'm making leaders, and those who
Yes,
can
that's
really
what I like.
surpass my,
I want to make leaders. I myself want to
yeah.
make leaders.
Yeah, so that's why I said I
Love
think we can
making
always
leaders.
collaborate, and that's what I think. I'm always keen on learning something new which is coming, and I want that we must grab the first opportunity which is available on this planet. Otherwise, we'll be lagging behind, and we'll not be able to cope up. Recently, I have joined Toastmasters also in the last 8 years, 8 months. So I'm trying to hone my
Okay.
communication skill also. So Ludhiana Toastmasters I have joined. I'm already member from last 8 months.
So,
So
Amarjit, it's really going to be great associated with you. You know, I'd like to continue being associated with you because,
yeah,
and I also believe that every moment, every second teaches us something, and it's only that we need to have our minds open, our minds and eyes and ears open. Every moment teaches us something, right? Every person we meet teaches us something. Have something.
great. I've got 65 innovations in the education field which I have developed over a period of last 40 years.
I would love to know that then. I'd love to know your innovations because I'm a researcher myself. I keep researching all the time in the education field. So,
Students
yeah.
are not studying in a hostel in the prep room. So how to motivate them and how to put them on the learning path so that they can
Oh,
start.
wow, 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 wow. I think it's like you give me your number now. I connect with you. Yeah.
Oh my God. And that's
Yeah.
how the I
You could
think
maybe
the
tell me,
ship
you could
changes the
just tell
course.
me your number.
Yeah,
You could just tell
94659
me your number. 94659.
33030.
Yeah.
94659
94659. Oh, hold on. 94659.
5933
94659 33
030.
030. And I'm giving you a ping. You can save it later. So we are not back into the main room yet. Are we supposed to stay here for some time and discuss these other things as well? Return on time invested, or what is it like?
Thank you. So I think all these innovations which I was talking about, this I have evolved over a period of time by roaming around, by associating myself every time, going around the school campus, going around the hostel. So I have served in almost 4 schools of repute. They are all residential, and I think there is a great learning, and I myself is a great innovator. So I keep writing all those innovation which come to my mind, and then I elaborate it how I can best use it. And now I am also giving workshops to the teachers also in various schools, and parenting on those topics, how to study effectively in the
Oh, wow.
preparing for various
That's
examination,
great.
and similarly all these things are non-B.Ed type of things. So that's all my personal creativity. I think is breakout room is
Right.
Okay, so I was in one of the breakout rooms. I heard these people. I want to quickly know from Amarjeet and Ujjwala and Jyoti very briefly as to what transpired in your room, quickly, as brief as possible.
Actually, it was Jyoti. I don't know. We didn't connect with Jyoti again. We tried calling out to her. There was no response.
Okay, okay. So
Amarjit
you
and
I
were,
myself.
was disconnected. I sorry, there was a
Yes,
technical glitch at my end. I just
yes,
joined
that's
back again.
Okay, okay.
We guessed as much. We guessed as much. And Amarjit and myself, we were trying to discuss why we are here. I told my intentions in the very beginning. And then Amarjit was talking about what he is doing in for his career. And I was listening to him because I only gave a brief introduction that about myself. But I guess we have one common field, and that's education. Both of us want to create leaders. Both of us have innovative minds. That's as much we came to.
Okay. Right. So now I want to ask you all, how many of you are really, and when I say really means really, interested in getting your goals done? Raise your hands if you're really interested in getting your goals achieved. So the chances are that if you're interested, you will not be able to achieve your goals. Okay. You will be able to achieve your goals only and only when you are really, really, really
Committed.
Okay. So how many of you are really committed? Let me tell you that my experience has been that people start with goals, they're quite excited, and they make goals, whether you want to write a book or you want to lose your weight or something. They set their goals, and within no time, they give up. So question we have to ask ourselves is, why do people give up? And if you ever set a goal and did not achieve it and you gave up, why did you give up? If this is understood, then it helps us to ensure that we will not now go on that path of losing our interest, losing our commitment, and giving up. So can I quickly have from you, what do you think are the reasons for not being able to pursue and giving up in between? Yeah, Amarjit, go ahead.
Basically, sir, people are not committed because they have their conscious mind knows, but subconscious mind doesn't know. So
Very
that
good.
is the reason, because people are not committed. I know my BP has to be normal, but in case I don't take care of my internal, my internal neurons do not know these things, then I think I'll not be able to commit. Sorry, sir, my second device is creating problem.
Okay, right. Yeah, anyone else? Why don't we achieve our goals? What comes in our way?
Could I say something?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
See, one definitely is procrastination. I mean, we have a tendency to put off things for the next hour or maybe the evening or tomorrow or the next week. That's one thing. Another could be financial problems. Maybe some investments are required. Sometimes there is some kind of underestimation of self, whether, there are doubts about oneself. I have set these goals, but am I going to be able to achieve them? I guess these three are definitely there down the line. These are the main ones. And
Okay.
then there could be some other family
So,
problems,
when
but
you
those are
set your
small ones,
goal,
which those are trivial ones which can be easily overcome. I mean, if it's about family issues.
I don't think financial reasons come in, because if I set a goal to lose my weight or something, I would have probably set my goal only considering that I've been able to invest money in that. But I'm not now talking of those reasons. I'm talking about why I am giving up on my intention, on that journey, on that trajectory that when I decided, why am I? Let me have some views from Shimoli and Parijat. Sorry, who was saying something? Was it Jyoti?
Yes, it was Jyoti.
Yeah,
Jyoti, go ahead.
yeah, I was saying, yeah, there there is one more thing. When we aren't patient enough and when we don't get the immediate result, our mind decides to give up. Like in my case, I have observed myself that when I don't get the desired result, I feel like quitting. Like this is one of the reasons that I have observed in myself. Um,
So I am
this
very happy
could
when
be one
people,
reason that people give up,
very happy
not
when you,
getting the desired result.
thank you. I'm very happy when you are particularly talking about your own reasons. So this one comes to you as like it happens with me. So maybe it happens with some other people also. Why? That you are expecting some results and they don't happen in that time frame that you expected. And what you have to learn is patience. So please write down somewhere in your notes that you need to be patient with your results. And also you need to be realistic in your approach, that don't expect too many things to happen immediately. The older your age, the more difficult it is to change your habits. The younger you are, and that's good news for Parijat and Shimoli, is what there's a reason when you can do it much better now. So one of the things you can learn from all this discussion is that your goal setting is easier now than it is for your mother and her friends around you. So please make the best out of it. Okay. I will tell you a couple of things, and my most important thing, which has come to me from my experience of handling so many people in this workshop, is your goals are not compelling enough. You know, you say, I want to lose weight. And then when the ice cream comes, you say, I don't eat it every day, let me eat it. Okay. And then you ask yourself, so what if I don't lose weight? Because losing weight is not life and death for you. Create a life and death situation. Ask yourself, so your why has to be very strong. Why has to be very strong. I'll tell Bindu to put in the chat box the link of Simon Sinek's video on why. Why? If your why is strong, and we'll talk about it a little later as well, if your why is strong, the how will happen, the what will happen. But normally in our life, we start with how. How will I become a millionaire? And then you think, no, I can't become, and the matter finishes there. But if you have a very strong why that you want to become a millionaire, you will become, because your why is strong. So first thing I want you to know is that when you are setting your goals, make sure that your goals are meaningful. They are compelling. They are making something in your self say that I have to do it. And of course, we are going to be dwelling on it. I just thought that this is just to set your intention right, set to get into the mood of goal setting, get into the mood of making your life better. So that is what I was intending to do. Now we'll go ahead with from where we left, right? So now we are going to focus on 2022. We are going to look ahead at 2022. And I told you that as we are emerging out of this very, very tough situation, a couple of things have happened. One is that we have been toughened. 2020 and 2021 have made all of us resilient. We have all become tough. We have all mentally and physically, mentally particularly, that I have now got used to doing things which I thought I can't do. And therefore, now 2022 can't challenge us or surprise us as 2020 did. Do you agree with that? You have gone through the worst. You can't go through worse now. So you know, even if third wave comes, fourth wave comes, maybe things carry on for another 2 years, even then, it won't be as bad as in 2020 when you didn't know what happened, what hit you. The government is prepared, the doctors are prepared, individuals are prepared. So you are now mentally prepared. So 2022 has to be looked at differently. Now I want you to look at making your life great. So let 2022 be the first year of your future life, which you want to make as the best year of your life so far. When I say so far, I'm clear that it is going to be the best year of your life till now. But surely 2023 and 2024 can be even better. So we don't want to make 2022 the best and then start sliding down. We want to keep going up. But let's look at 2022 to be the best year of our life so far. How many of you want to look at that? So I want to give you 1 minute of silence. I want you to write down on your piece of paper a message to yourself to say something on how do you want to make 2022 the best year of your life ever. At least make that intention and write down, if nothing else, just write down this one sentence. I will make 2022 the best year of my life. And I want you to live with this thought for at least 15 to 20 days. Every day in the morning, make an affirmation and say, 2022 is my best year of my life so far. Not will be, is. Because affirmations are said in the present tense. I want all of you to do this very, very small exercise. How many of you prepared to do a small exercise which doesn't cost you money and time? Raise your hands. If you are prepared to do an exercise which doesn't cost you effort, money, time, anything. So all of you go to the bathroom in the morning, I'm sure, and you brush your teeth. And you do it in front of a mirror. So when you go and stand in front of the mirror, first thing is look at yourself and smile. Smile, even if you're feeling you've not had a good sleep or whatever, doesn't matter. Just look at the mirror into your eyes, because your eyes are your gateway to your soul. Say some good things to yourself. First of all, give you a high five. Give a high five. Let your hand go and touch the mirror and say hi and say your name. Okay. It gives you a lot of energy. There's a book by Mel Robbins, which is called The High Five Habit. And she says that this can radically change your life. Just this one, doing a high five to yourself and then smiling at yourself and accepting who you are and not saying, hey, you are not looking as good as you should be looking, or you're not as tall, or you're not as fair, and you're not as beautiful as so and so. No. Acknowledge yourself and appreciate yourself. So I want this to be a very, very important thing. Now, the next thing I'm telling you, we are not today going to be talking so much about how to set goals and how to achieve goals. I want, more importantly, all of us to be looking within us and saying, do I really want to be that person who wants to be achieving my goals? It is about becoming that person who is serious and committed about achieving his or her goals. That is what we are talking about. So the second affirmation, and please keep writing down these affirmations. First one I told you is, I am living 2022 as the best year of my life. Or I am making 2022 the best year of my life. Okay. The second one is, I am really the person who wants to achieve his goals. I am really that person who wants to achieve his goals. His or her, whatever is applicable to you. Right? And then I've been talking about the trajectory of life. I'm also going to explain that a little later. But I want you to start looking at the flight path that you're going to take and visualize that. Visualize that. Close your eyes and look at December 2022. 31st December 2022, what should you be feeling like? And start visualizing that over and over again. Then you know what you have to do throughout the year to be there. So take yourself, transport yourself visually to December 2022, precisely the last day, 31st December 2022, and tell yourself, I want to be doing this. If you have decided to write a book, you have to visualize your book launch. You have to visualize that you are there and your book is being launched and people are giving you a standing ovation. Maybe you'll put a picture on a vision board and say, this is my vision. 31st December, my books, I have to be getting a news that my book is a bestseller. Now, if you start visualizing that, it is a very, very powerful exercise. All of you who want to learn a little more about visualization should just Google visualization, particularly by two people who explain it very well. One is Tony Robbins. You can go to YouTube on Tony Robbins' channel and say visualization, and you'll get a couple of videos which talk about visualization. I am fortunate that I've done 2 of his programs in person, and he made us go through visualization exercises. And in my workshops, I do them, but that is easy to do it in an offline workshop, can't be done in an online workshop easily. So visualization is a very, very important part of our journey ahead. How many of you have understood what I've said so far? And are you getting something that I'm saying? Any questions, agreements, disagreements on what I've said so far? Any quick comments? Have you understood all this? How many of you have started feeling that, yes, if I do this, there is a possibility or there's a likelihood of my life becoming better? Give me some. Yeah, so Jyoti has raised her hand. Anyone else who's feeling
Definitely.
that? Yes. Okay, good.
Definitely.
Sudhakar, I don't hear anything from you, Sudhakar. And Parijat and Shimoli are sitting so quietly. They look like the most silent children in the world, who are the most well-behaved. And your mother tells me how well-behaved you are. Oh, you're not saying anything. You're not even reacting. So don't tell me that I've got 2 little statues sitting there. No. Yeah, Sudhakar, what do you say to this?
Very, very true, sir. Very true, sir.
Okay, so let's proceed. We have a lot to cover. Okay. Now, yeah, sorry. The last thing I want to say is, whatever be your goals, whatever be your purpose, the bottom line is we want to be happy. We want to be happy. So set your goals around happiness and ask yourself, what will make me happy? You want money, you want to write a book, you want to get a promotion, you want to become an entrepreneur, it's all because you want to get happiness in life. So please identify your goals with happiness. You don't want to be Indira Gandhi, or you don't want to be Mahatma Gandhi, that you achieve all your goals and you're killed by somebody and die an unnatural death. You don't want that. So we want our success with happiness. All those who want to listen to a small 90 seconds video, please write in the chat box and Bindu will send you. I did a small talk, 1.5 minutes for some competition. And I got that video where I've talked about what is success with happiness. There's no point having success by creating unhappiness around you. I've seen many people in my life who became very successful, but they had a very unhappy life. So we don't want that. Now, when we are talking of 2022, can we do it in a way we were doing earlier? So I want to ask you a question and say, how is this related to selfie? And I want to ask you, how many of you take selfies? Just raise your hand. And if you're not on camera, and I would request all of you to remain on cameras if possible. But if you've got network issues or something and you can't come up on camera, then at least engage by putting up your electronic hand so I know. So how many of you take selfies? I only got Ujjwala to say that. So yeah, okay. Now tell me, what do you need to take a selfie? What should you have with you to take a selfie? Come on, quickly, somebody. What do you need? Are Parijat, what do you need to take a selfie?
Camera.
Sir, a camera.
Camera. Okay, but which camera? Nowadays, everyone uses this one
Phone.
camera. You know, what is it called?
Front camera.
Smartphone. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Smartphone. But if I give you this camera, this phone, Nokia 1100, can you take a selfie with this?
No.
If you want to do new things, you can't do with older equipment. Similarly, you can't do new things with older lifestyle, with older processes. And therefore, we have to move ahead and try to understand that what you were doing till 2020 may not work now. So I want you to understand this, that I need to change my mindset, and more than my mindset, my heart set, because transformation happens in the heart, not in the mind. So I have to build my heart set according to that. I have to tell myself again and again, do I really want it? When it comes from your heart, you'll do it. I heard Sudhakar talking about his blood pressure when he said, I know that I should be, was it Amarjit? Amarjit, about my BP. No, I want to make sure that when my heart says, no, I will not take this, I will not eat this, or I will not indulge in any things the doctors told me not to do. So when my heart says, it will happen. When your mind says, yeah, you know it should not be done, but you still do it. So we are going to bounce back, but bounce forward. We want to bounce forward to 2022 and not bounce back to 2020. So I want you now to take 2 minutes and write down what is your version 2, which means in 2022, what are the new things that are going to happen in your life? So like every one of these devices comes around with a version that, okay, this is Nokia, i10, or this is Notepad 9. Every time a new version comes, it has better battery life, it has better camera, it has got better storage and whatever. What is your new version going to be? What is 2022 going to be different for you? Please quickly write down a couple of things. I'll give you 2 minutes time for that. 2 minutes, silence. Think and write down. What is your version 2.0? And let me show you this. So tell me if you can see this page. Can you see this page? Yes or no?
We can see it, not very clear.
Yeah, but you can get an idea. So
Yes,
I'm going
sir.
to show you
Not very clear, sir.
Okay, doesn't matter. This is what the page looks like, okay? So you are going to ask yourself these questions, and there's a 7-step process. 7-step process. You say, why do you want this goal? So whatever goal you have decided, let's say I have to write a book. Why do you want to write the book? What does it give you? Okay. Now you say, okay, it will give me fame. But why do you want fame? What does that give you? And so on. You have to go down 7 times till you get an answer. Till you get an answer, I can't live without it. Till something happens that you say, no, that's not negotiable, I have to do it. So that is when you do a little internal exercise with your own subconscious mind, have that little conversation so that your why gets stronger and clearer. If your why is clear, you'll do much better. Now I'm talking about the trajectory I was talking about. Always begin with the end in mind. What do I want? What do I do today to achieve this vision? And what is this vision? I told you, imagine 31st December 2022 and say, if this is what I want to look like, this is what my feeling. So, this is what you're telling yourself. This is what you're imagining, that this is what I want. This is your visualization. Then you decide that from present, this is the first step I must achieve, the second step I must, and these become your milestones. This is a very, very important thing. If you please like to take a screenshot of this, it'll be good, because I want you to visualize this and start working on this exercise. I also call this exercise future self, which means you imagine your future of yourself, and with that, work on those parameters that you want yourself to achieve.
Sir, can we have the previous slide, please, sir?
This one?
Previous one, sir. Previous one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you can go ahead, sir.
Okay. Now I want you to again, so because we have few people, I won't send you to breakout rooms. I was going to. So I just want you to do this internal exercise, and I want 2-3 people to volunteer to share it. That I want you to see that your goals which you make are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. This is what people say are SMART goals. But I am saying make them smarter, which means also evaluate or review your goals and then reward yourself or congratulate yourself each time you achieve a milestone, right? So now what I want you to do is, each one of you, and please, sorry for this mistake, write 3 to 5 goals for 2022. They could be professional, they could be personal, they could be financial, they could be family, they could be health, anyone's. They could be all 3 professional, they could be 2 professional, 1 personal, whatever. And say that by 31st December 2022, so please convert this from 21 to 22, and say, I will achieve so-and-so by 31st December 2022. So please do this for about 2 minutes, and then we'll have another 2-3 minutes to share, and then we'll move ahead. 2 minutes. Just write down this.
Can you please share the slide once again, sir?
Okay, just 1 second. Here we go. Just a minute. I think I've. Okay. I need to do this again. I think okay, 30 seconds more, and we'll then get down to discussions. Okay, thank you. And now let's discuss. Okay, who's a volunteer? Come on, you must participate, and I'll tell you, it will be very good learning for you. If you, whatever you write, don't worry about whether it's right, wrong. Nobody's assessing you here. Nobody's going to give you rewards. Nobody's going to give you punishment. Nobody's going to give you promotion. Nobody's going to take you out of your job. Okay, so this is a good learn.
Sir, can I speak?
Yeah, please, please. I'm so happy. And I want you to all
Yes.
understand there's a safe environment to learn. If you don't participate and keep quiet,
Yes.
you are losing out on an opportunity. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, first of all, I would like to attain a CGPA of 9.5 plus in my college in my second year.
Let's give them a
Secondly,
big hand. Yeah, please.
thank you, sir. Secondly, I would like to start investing in the share market and earn at least 15,000 by not 15,000, maybe 20 to 25,000 by 2022 end. And lastly, I
No,
would start
not
like
maybe
to,
20. Listen, not maybe 20 to 25. Why are you doubting yourself?
Yes.
Say
Be
25.
specific.
That's it.
yes, sir.
So
And
when you're starting with a doubt like that, तो लगता है कि पता नहीं, you know, you're telling yourself, होगा कि नहीं होगा, I don't know. No, be very firm.
yes,
Yeah.
sir. And lastly, I would start taking lessons for singing because I think I have a good voice and I can enhance it.
So now I want to ask you a question. You have a good voice, or you think you have a good voice?
Sir, I have a good voice.
Then why do you think? Again, you know, so many, in all what you have said, there are at least 3 self-doubts.
Yes, sir.
When I don't doubt you, why the hell are you doubting yourself?
Right, sir.
Stop doubting yourself. Okay? So next time
Yes.
you doubt yourself, Shimoli is going to give you a slap. Shimoli, you are allowed to do that. You can say that I had permitted. Okay? Whenever there's a self-doubt, give him a slap. Okay? Not a very hard one, soft one. Okay, anyone else? Good. So that was very good. Yes, please write down all this, refine it, make it stronger, and share it. Share it with, now you already shared it with all of us. So we will ask you. So I'm surely going to ask you by December, what is your stock market earning? What is your CGPA? What is, we're going to ask you those questions. So be prepared.
Sure, sir, sure.
Good, very good. Yes, Amarjit, Ujjwala, Sudhakar, anyone, Jyoti.
I would like to say I kept quiet only because I wanted to give the others an opportunity. I've been talking a lot since the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
So financially, I've never set any goals for myself, which I'm setting today. And I want at least 1 lakh per month in my personal account. I've never said, I've been only into social work. I've only been giving, I've never been taking. So today I set myself those goals. Then yes, I'm going to be giving at least 2 hours to my hobbies, which I've neglected for a long time. That's music and painting and writing as a writer. 2 hours per day I want to give. I want a new team. There's something else I am into. I'm a consultant, I'm a corporate trainer. So in both of these fields, every month, I want a new team of 40 members. I mean, in the educational field as a parenting coach and in the corporate and then I want to turn them into leaders within 2 months' time. Like every month, you get my point?
Yeah.
Every month, I get a team of new members in both these fields. And within 2 months, I want them out at least as maybe not very polished leaders, but yes, good leaders, right? These are my specific aims.
Very good. I think they are very good, all of them. And I think they're quite specific and clear. So I want every one of you to look at making your goals as specific and clear. And now write them down, share them with somebody you care, who can ask you that have you done them or not, or you feel accountable to somebody. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Next. Sudhakar, would you
One
like to
sec, Brig, I would, if I may intervene here, if better than anybody else, don't you think it's our own self, if we keep our own selves as our judges and critics and accountable too, then that's the best way we can achieve. That's what I feel personally. With a coach like you also, I mean,
that is
of
an
course, with
ideal
mentor
way.
like.
That is an ideal way, but it doesn't
Yeah.
happen. Most of us are self-sabotaging ourselves. So just to make sure, you see, you can't tell a person who's maintaining account to audit his own account. And
Yeah, right. But
the
we need
content
to
of
learn to do that.
yeah, content of a bottle can never read its own label.
Right, right.
Okay.
Yes, but we have mentors like you who would do that for us. Okay, let's
Yeah.
proceed.
So it is good to share with somebody, because then you also have
Yeah.
one more force acting on you. So any chance of a slippage can be taken care of.
Right.
Okay, Sudhakar and Jyoti, anyone volunteering?
Yes,
to
sir.
say?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I'll go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I want to train, be a trainer for the government sector, because there are a lot of codes and rules which have to be taught. So I want to be, because I have worked in the government all my life, I thought I'll become a government trainer, because I'll open a website and also a one-on-one trainer as well. Then there are a lot of disciplinary cases in the government where, even though people, the proportionate punishment is not according to the gravity of the mistake they have done. So I want to help people get over their disciplinary cases, if there are any. There are a lot of disciplinary cases in a lot of departments. Then, as I am a law graduate, I would like to be a mediator. I want to do mediation, because I'll be enrolling in the bar in the month of September 2022. And then I want to take mediation and reconciliation as my specialization.
Okay, good. So again, I think you got some clarity in what you want. Make them more specific, make them more measurable. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Another thing I want you to keep in mind, and that's not only for Sudhakar, it's for everyone. See, one thing is that goals become our wish list. And if we don't carry out a checkout and say, will you have time and energy and focus for all three? And should I start with one and consolidate that and move to the other one? Because if you start three things together, you may not achieve all of them to that extent. So work out your priorities. And Sudhakar, you attended my time management workshop with Upgrade. If you remember, I talked about doing a time audit. That means how much time you have and how much time you need to achieve what you just said. So if you want to do law meditation, and you want to do corporate training, and you want to do one-to-one coaching, and you want to do something else, then see, so I've also been a victim of doing too many things. And that is why I am trying to focus to one thing.
Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you that this is probably one of the last times I'm doing a workshop like this. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to now only get into one focused leadership program, which I've announced. And I'm only going to do that. Nothing else. And that leadership program, like what she was saying, I'm going to do something like that, takes 6 months to take you to a very high level of leadership. And I'm going to use my army values, procedures, and concepts and say how you can use, because the army leadership is considered to be the best leadership, or at least a unique leadership, because that is the only one in which you lead people into battle. The only one where you make your subordinates come close to death. So if a person can lead men into battle, he can do anything. So I'm going to use some of those concepts in our normal leadership levels to make them reach that level. And in that, my goal setting, my time management will also be obviously included. But I'm going to give one program now, and I'm going to stop doing these small programs. This program was rolled out only because I said that there are a lot of my people in my community, and today the type of response I've got from the community, I don't think that community is really serious about it. So I'm going to stop. This was my service. Otherwise, doing a program at $299 has got no meaning. And why I put that little price was there were about 40 people who said they are interested, but they were not prepared to pay $299. It was only to check. How can you be interested in your goals if you can't even invest $299? And $299, even if 40 people came, is not going to give me some great money. It was not, there's no earning money. It was here only as a filter to see, I don't want people, because when people don't pay, they come for 5 minutes and go away. And that disturbs the scenario. So you want some commitment where at least if people have paid, they don't leave easily. Okay, so let's move to the next person. Jyoti, you want to say something or do we move ahead? I don't know whether Jyoti is there or not. She's not responding. So we'll go ahead. So this was a very important part where you identify your goals. And then now, so we didn't go there. I'm going to skip some of these very, very normal things. And I want you to raise your hand and tell me.
I was there. I was unable to unmute my mic. So for me, I have few goals that I have set for myself. I have two interviews scheduled in Jan and Feb from different companies that were once dream companies for me when I was in college. So my first goal is to get through either one of them, because both are prestigious companies and their interview process is not easy, or the preparation required is rigorous. So my first goal for Jan and Feb is to clear both of the interviews or either of the interview so that I can achieve my first goal in 2021.
Okay. So that's only January, February. So are you going to sleep till December then?
No, no, that is, these are the opportunities that I have already I got in December, right? The recruiters came to me. So these are my main focus, but there are few small things that I
Jyoti,
want to.
I have been interacting with you for a few months now. My
Yeah.
point is, get a little more focused onto what you want to achieve. I think there is a little lack of clarity there. So you're just looking at one thing right now is getting a job. Getting a job is a means to an end. It's not the end. What do you want to do with that job? Please look at that. What do you want to achieve at the end? So let's say you got, so really your goal is not getting a job. Your goal is something much bigger, for which getting a job is one of the milestones.
Correct. Yeah. So my first,
Please look
the
at
reason,
in that job.
yeah,
Sorry,
the
just a minute. In whichever company of these two you get the job, and you said both are prestigious. See, sometimes you feel that if I get a Mercedes, it's fine. It's not Mercedes that's going to take you. It's not the company that's going to take you. In the army, I remember when I was getting commissioned, people used to say, I want to go to this regiment or this regiment. And one of our instructors said, it is not a regiment that's going to decide your life. It is how you are going to fit into that regiment that's going to decide your life.
Got it.
So please
Understood,
look at what do you want to do. That company is not going to be responsible for your success. You are going to make that company successful and contribute to that company. What is that contribution?
Got it.
So you ask yourself, what do I want to achieve by the end of December 2022, irrespective of which company you join? Because your goal will remain the same whether you join company A or B. So please give a little more thought to it, because I don't want you to be working with a wandering mind that you're going here and there and there. No, get specific, be very, very focused, get down to it with your full force.
Got it. Yeah. So to answer your question, my goal is to become a. Now I am a junior software engineer. So by the end of 2022, I want to have that senior software engineer as a title or as an achievement. My work, to be precise, as good as I can be called as a senior software engineer.
So again, titles don't mix. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Titles,
Okay.
I'm becoming a senior manager is still, it can be a goal, but I feel that is again, you want to say what you want to achieve means it will decide your caliber, it decide your competence.
Mhm.
So, whether you want, what do you want to achieve there? Now be a little, ask yourself, go into that 7 process of why.
Mhm.
Why you want to become a senior manager? Why, what will senior manager give you?
Mhm.
I want you to go deeper into this.
Got it.
I think there's much more than what you are only looking at a surface level. I want you to go deep there.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Right, let's move further. So what I was saying, I'm not going to be going into basics. I'm not going to go deep into basics. They are all available in all books and all types of videos. Even I've got some videos, you can go and watch them. So we'll help you with that. But let's do more of a discussion where I want you to go back in your mind with some very strong messages that you get, which actually make you transform the way you look towards your goals. So I love this quote by Abdul Kalam, and he says, to succeed in your mission, you must have a single-minded devotion to your goal. This devotion is very important. So from today onwards, start looking at the devotion. Look at the type of effort you're prepared to put in. Look at the type of devotion you have to yourself. And here I'll tell you that you will never be able to achieve your goals with any number of processes that you know, unless you have this one thing very clear. And that one thing is self-discipline. And what is self-discipline? Can somebody tell me what is self-discipline? What do you understand by the term self-discipline? Anyone?
Fulfilling all
Just
your
that.
duties and doing what you ought to do even when nobody's watching you.
Wow, you got it right. Yes. So
Sir,
self-discipline.
another thing, sir, you must be able to do even if you don't like it once you set a goal.
Exactly. So liking is not the point. Point is whether you need to do it or not. Okay. So self-discipline, you can write down this definition. Self-discipline is doing what you ought to do even when you don't feel like doing it and when nobody's watching you. So the first thing you have to build is this, that if I set a goal for myself, I will do everything possible to make it happen. So I have to use these 2 terms. When you tell yourself, I will, and whatever your goal is, I will write this book even if, come what may, or for whatever it takes. I'll do whatever it takes. It takes 10 hours, it takes 20 hours, I will do it. So when the determination, the devotion comes in, then goal setting becomes easier, right? Okay, so let's continue. Now I'm going to show you a small video clip, and I want you to look at what type of goals you want to make, limiting goals or aspirational goals. So here is this video. Oh, what's happening? Why is it not? Just a second. What's happened to this? I don't know. No. Cannot play media. Okay. Something has gone wrong. So I will ask Bindu to give you to send you this video clip. Have a look at it, but let me explain a little bit about this. We have got used to in our life, right from our school days, to look at past performance as a benchmark. Last year I got 40 marks, this year I should get 45. Okay. Last year I was doing this year I must do that. Even in corporates, they say, last year you had this target, so this time I'll make it 10% more. Does it give a signal to your employees that you are capable of only doing 10% more? Haven't you found that companies have done even 100% more if there was a sudden change in technology, change in attitude, change in the market conditions, whatever, innovation? So why do we limit ourselves to 10%? I've asked many companies, why do you say 10%? They said, sir, har saal karte hain hum aise. So is it something that become a ritual that you are going to only do 10%? So aspirational goals are when you don't have past performance as your benchmark, you have future projection. You say in 2025, I want to do this. So in 2022, I must do this. You've got a graph to say that if I want to reach this place in 2025, then this year I must do this. For example, now Sudhakar is retiring on the 31st of August. Is that right? So 1st September, he's an entrepreneur. So he says that, okay, in 1 year, I want to achieve this because in 5 years, I want to be there. So if he has an idea that in 5 years, I must achieve this much. So he marks those 5 columns and says, okay, to do that in 5 years, first year I must do this, second year I must do this, third year I must do this. It is very difficult to visualize all that very clearly. So that is why I say in today's environment, don't think of long-term goals as more than 3 years. And once you've got your 3 years, let it be generic. Don't harp too much on clarity there. From the 3 years, derive your 1 year goal and at 1 year become very conscious. In today's world, if you can look at 1 year's goals, very, very focused, I think you're doing a good job. Don't worry about 5 years and 10 years. You'll not be able to even imagine. None of us in 2020 beginning, or let's say even in 2018, could have said by 2022, I'll do this. And all the goals have to be reset. Whatever you thought you'll do in 2018 is all gone for a 6. Everyone is revising his goals, no? So might as well focus at 1 year, which is more under your control, more foreseeable and things like that. Okay. So now we'll have to go a little faster, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to skip this. Why does goal setting help us? You can just read through this. I don't want to explain. It's very, very simple and all of you know it. You can take a screenshot, even go through it later, but it is very, very simple. So we don't want to spend more time on this. Then there are categories. Normally we have these 5 categories. You can have 1 or 2 more like spiritual goals and all. But these are 5 you must look into. Now I'll tell you what, your first goal, professional goal, you will not be able to achieve your professional goals if your relationships in life are not good, if your family life is not good, if your health is not good, and if your finance is not good. So therefore, these 4 contribute to the professional goals. Smarter goals I've already covered, so I already explained that to you, so we'll go ahead. Now I want to talk about the 6 P's of set it, get it, which is set it, get it is the name of my workshop, saying set it and get it means set your goals, achieve your goals. Okay. So I want you to understand this 6 P's, and all it means is one sentence with 6 P's. Proper, prior, planning, prevents poor performance. Proper prior planning prevents poor performances. What it means is planning is very important. So please write down this one word. It's a keyword for you, that when I am setting my goals, let me be very sure that I am looking at a very planned approach. And when I'm saying planned approach, my plans may not work. So my contingency plans, if this doesn't happen, I'll do this. That means you will keep your system in control. Your hand will be at the steering wheel and your steering wheel is working properly, that if the car skids to the left, I know how to get it back to the right direction. So that is very important. Now I'm going to tell you something which is again fundamental. I won't spend too much of time, but I want you to pay attention to this very, very clearly. First is that you must have a big dream. Big dream. Okay. And then along with that, you must have your mission, vision, your purpose of life, your big, audacious, hairy goal. I'm not going to talk too much about them, but you should know generally in your life, what is that one thing that really is going to make it great for you? Now leave that in a cloud. For example, that you've decided, but then don't harp too much on it, because I told you it's difficult to imagine all that. Now you come to long-term goals, and I told you already that I want you to focus on 3 years, not even 5 years, particularly after the COVID. Then your main focus starts from yearly. So your first milestone where you really want to be clear is your yearly goals. And that is what I'm saying. As on today, 31st December 2022 is your day that you're looking at. Now this, I want you to visualize. You'll know that even if things go wrong, even if wave 3 comes, wave 4 comes, whatever, I'll be able to manage it, not to worry. Now the next one, and I'm going to spend a little time on that. I have found, according to my research and work in the last 2 years with lots of people, that quarterly goals are the most important ones. Because in this pandemic condition, in these uncertain times, in the times of transition, my 3 months focus is quite practical. Even if things change, it is very easy to take control of them and change the direction if I need to, if I focus on my quarterly goals. I'm going to be talking about it, this quarterly goals, a little more with an example later, when I talk to you about my little idea on quarterly roll-on plans. I don't think anyone else is talking about it. I don't think it is there on Google anywhere. So this is my own little thought process, and you may like to examine it if it works for you. That it is a gospel truth, I won't say, because it's an experiment with many of my students has worked very well. So I would like actually some of you to try, and after 3 months, give me a little feedback on what did you figure out in this quarterly roll-on plan type of goal setting. Now, once I've got my quarter right, now I must divide that quarter into 3 monthly goals, but they are not mathematically to be divided, because sometimes it depends on, like for example, if I want to make more clients, if I make 10 clients this month, I won't make 10 clients next month. Those 10 clients will also help me get more clients. So if I make 10 this month, maybe I'll make 18 next month, maybe I'll make 40 next month. So don't just divide by 3 and say that your quarterly goals divided by 3 are monthly goals. Similarly, your monthly goals divided by 4 are not weekly goals. You will have to go by, for example, this 1 week that we are going through, holiday season. You have to, like nothing will happen because you may be working, but others are not working. So that is the time when you plan some inner work where others are not involved. So weekly goals are also set according to the season, according to how that week is unfolding, the holidays, your personal commitments and all that. For example, I am going on a holiday from 1st to 7th Jan. So for me, right from, let's say 20th December, when most other people are not working, they are on a holiday season and all, a holiday mood. So really speaking, my real work will start from 8th of Jan. So if I make any goals from 1st to 7th Jan and I know I'm going to be on a holiday, it makes no sense. So I have to discount that week out of my goals program. Then are daily goals. Now, these become very important and I will explain them to you, but let me give you a little gist if I forget later. Every day, in the end of the day, I want you to look at what did you achieve in that day. So at night, just before you go to sleep, evaluate your day and say, what happened today? Was I productive enough? Did I get what I wanted to? Was my life according to what I wanted or did it go astray? Give a lot of evaluation to your thing and give yourself marks. So I normally say that you should look at 1 second equal to 1 rupee. So you have 86,400 rupees in your account and work out whether that day you got the value of 80,000 rupees or 70,000 rupees or 40,000 rupees. A 10 to 15 minutes exercise done just before you go to sleep gives you a time consciousness, that you start evaluating time, you start looking at the value of time and you start respecting time automatically. It is something like going to the gym every day, but the results come after 2-3 months. So similarly, every day you do this and you will find that your time consciousness will start improving. Now, after you've done that, now write down your goals for tomorrow. So after I finished my little visualization of what was a day today, did it go well, did it not go well, what could have I done better, then make your goals for the next day and then sleep. If you've done that just before you go to sleep, your mind is that time in a semi hypnotic state. That is a time when whatever you think of will be in your subconscious mind and you'll sleep throughout the night, which means your subconscious mind will absorb that. And next day, it'll come to you very naturally. In the morning, before you start your work, just go through your daily goals and see, have you set them properly or not? Okay, so this is a very, very good way of handling your daily goals. And then the last thing I want to tell you is something called rituals, which you need to discipline yourself with. And rituals, I spell them as R-I-C-H and not R-I-T-U-A-L-S because you're very rich, right? Here, I mean, what is your morning ritual? What time do you get up? What is your evening ritual? Like I just told you, if your evening ritual is evaluating your day, making your goals for the next day, then going to sleep. Now that's your evening ritual. Morning ritual, what time you get up, what exercise you do, you go and do that high five in the bathroom. All that is a part of your morning ritual. So if you make those rituals, rituals are not goals, but rituals are the ones that make you achieve your goals. Are these 6-7 steps clearly understood? Yes or no? Have you written them down? Any questions on that?
Yes, sir. We've written it down, sir.
Any questions? At this stage, you find anyone who find that no, this is not practical, or you get a feeling that I'll not be able to do this, or do you think what I'm saying is very, very easily, practically possible?
It is possible, sir. We have to do it with discipline.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right. Okay. So now when you want to do this, you have to be absolutely focused. And this is something which I borrowed from Tony Robbins when he says that if you want something done, focus on it, give your attention to it, and give massive energy. This is very important. Focus, attention, energy. Wherever your focus goes, energy flows. So after you've decided, after you've understood these 7 steps, understand that focus, attention, energy will be absolutely important to get you there. Just want to leave you with a system that it is your belief system when you're talking about self-doubts and all that. I want you to understand, and I'm just going to give you one example. There are many others, but I'm going to talk about Roger Bannister. How many of you have heard the story of Roger Bannister?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, Sudhakar, let's have from you. What's the story of Roger Bannister?
So he was born into a very poor family. He broke the world record for running. Running I really don't know. But he broke a world record, and he put in a lot of practice to become a world-class runner.
Okay, so let me give you a little more.
Under a minute, I suppose.
Yeah.
The first person to run under 100 meters under a minute.
400 meters, not 100, 400 meters.
400 meters, yes.
Okay. So now, sorry, not even 400 meters, it was a mile. Yeah.
4 minutes to a mile, sir.
4 minutes to a mile.
He
4
broke the
minutes to
record.
a mile. Okay. Now the point is, I want to get you to a different angle of this. I'm not talking of his athletic capability. I'm not talking about his physical fitness. I'm not talking about a goal. What I'm saying is belief system. In the early 50s, there was a belief in the world through some medical papers, research papers that were published to say that the human body is incapable of running 1 mile in less than 4 minutes. They said, we have checked up, according to your bone structure, according to your blood pressure, according to your pulse rate, the human body cannot run faster than this. So the whole world believed, because there's a scientific paper which has done some scientific study, that it cannot be done. Roger Bannister, a black fellow from UK, said, I'll do it. What do you think people told him? Are you mad? Have you not read this paper? That is how our belief systems are formed. And I'm talking of belief system right now. Right? So in 1954, Roger Bannister became the first human being on this planet to run 1 mile in less than 4 minutes. He clocked it at 39.50 seconds. 3 minutes.
59 seconds.
Yeah, I'm getting confused, but anyway, just short of 4 minutes. Okay, that's what he did. Now, is that a great thing to happen? That people started believing that, oh my God, we all thought it's not possible, it's possible. Even those people who wrote the research papers, now imagine what they must be saying. But that is not what is so alarming. Alarming is that in less than 1 year, there were 8 more people who broke that record. Why? Because Roger Bannister changed the belief system. And I have a suspicion that if Roger Bannister had not done it, probably even till today it wouldn't have been done. Somebody had to break that belief system. What is your belief system? What is your belief system? You have to see what is my belief system, right? And today, if you Google, there are more than 100 people more than 30 people in the world who have done this at a world-class athletics not Olympics don't have it because this is not an Olympic event. It is only a world athletics event. So I want you to tackle your own belief system according to that. There were many other examples, but I won't have time to talk about them, so we'll forget it. Please remember that the fruits that you want to grow in your life, these are your goals, depend on the roots. So unless you work on yourself, I told you that you have to be the person who wants to make those goals. It is not so much about the goals. It is about your roots. So please get on to strengthening your roots. And I'm very happy that we have Parijat and Shimoli here today. See, for them, it's much easier because you can work on your roots now much better. Now, how do you do this? How do you do this? So I have my own method, which I call inside out. I feel that you have to first work at your inner self to produce results outside. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to this. Let's imagine that you are born with a belief system. Your parents told you, your teachers told you that you're only this good. So you started imagining that you're a 40-watt bulb. I want to ask you, if you are a 40-watt bulb and you're standing on the floor, on the ground, what do you see on the floor? You're a 40, you say from your feet till your head, you're a bulb. And you're standing on the floor. What do you see on the floor?
40-watt energy, 40-watt light, lumens.
So you see light on the floor, is that right? You see light.
Yes.
Okay. But let's say that with something like I'm doing right now, I make you change your belief system and I tell you that you have been wrong in understanding that you're a 40-watt bulb. You're actually a 60-watt bulb or a 100-watt bulb. Okay. What happens to this light on the floor?
Much brighter. It will be much brighter.
One, it becomes brighter. Another thing happens. It also covers a wider area.
Wider area.
Okay. So one, it becomes brighter. Second is it the area of influence increases. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
So I want you to understand that if I believe that I'm a 100-watt bulb, I will be able to do so. Can I first go inside me and strengthen my belief system, strengthen my way I work, strengthen my thoughts, strengthen my inner self? Then I will be able to enlarge my area and make it brighter. Right? Now, where am I going? Where am I going? Let's say that I am standing at place A and I have a destination, which is B, right? This is my destination and I have to reach from A to B. So this is my line of direction or my path. Right or wrong?
Right, sir.
Okay. But does life let you take that path ever? Life makes you take a path like this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
True.
Life doesn't let you take a path because a lot of things happen. You made a plan to go in this direction, but something happens, COVID happens, some death happens, some failure happens, some accidents take place. So you keep moving around. But if your direction is known, even if you go left and right, you keep coming back. But let's say that you did not have this direction clearly. And let's say that you deviated by just half a degree, just half a degree. You will reach anywhere but B. You will not reach your destination. You may reach close to it. You may reach far from it, but you will not reach B. So therefore, your direction is more important than anything else. Right? So if a plane takes off, let's say A is Bombay and B is Delhi, and the plane takes off and it loses its direction by half a degree, well, it could reach Jaipur, it could reach Lucknow, it could reach Chandigarh, but it will never reach Delhi. Is that right or wrong? I want some reactions there. I say, is that right?
Correct, correct, sir. Yes, sir.
True.
Yes, sir.
True.
Now, I want to tell you that there are 5 parameters when we are moving in a direction, and so is it in our life. We need to know our own position. Where am I right now? And where I want to go. These two are very, very important. I need to know where I am. This is also what Google asks you when you sit in a car and open your Google map, or when you sit in an Uber. He says, first he wants to know your own position, and secondly he says, what is your destination? Once you know that, then you get your direction. Now, when will you reach there depends on the distance and the speed, right? But what I've realized is that if you get your direction right, Even if the speed is slow, you'll reach there later, but you'll reach there. But if your direction is wrong, you'll go haywire. So what I want you to take from this example is that let me focus when I'm talking about my goals, let me focus on my direction. I should have a very clear direction in my mind. I should have clarity in my mind that I want to be something there. Okay. And this is something which is very individual. It cannot be defined, but you have to understand where you want to go and what's your direction. Now, when you're preparing for the journey, so let's say if I need to go from Bombay to Delhi, do you think it will require some time for me to plan my journey? Maybe I have to find out which car am I going to use. So is my present car okay? Or do I need to change it? Or do I need to get it repaired? Do I need to get it serviced? So your vehicle is your job, your business, your passion, what I'm doing right now. So like what Jyoti was saying, she's very clear that she wants to join one of those two companies. But will that company, will that job make her reach where she wants to? May or may not be. The second element that comes into play is the driver, which is you. How are you going to drive that? Which means how are you going to conduct yourself? How are you going to implement your goals? The third is your fuel. Your fuel is your inspiration, your why, your passion. And the fourth is, do you have the right direction? And sometimes if your own navigation is not good, do you have a mentor or a coach who navigates you, who tells you the right direction? And if you're not going in the right direction, he corrects you. So this is the way you can plan your journey. So we are in 2022. If you plan a journey from January to December, you should be able to make out where you are going. So this is 2022, the year ahead, right? And what are we talking about? We are talking about that in this time of uncertainty, the future is scary, but I want to also make it exciting. And that excitement can come if I have my short-term goals very clear. That means my quarterly goals. I'm going to tell you now what my quarterly roll-on plan idea is. And then I should be flexible and I should have contingency plan that if something doesn't work, how will I change according to the time? I will have to look at in this year a little more emphasis on my health, which is my physical, emotional, and mental health. And you know that most people have gone through a lot of challenges in mental health. I'll have to be more resilient, and my personal behavior, my attitude towards myself and my near and dear ones, particularly at home, have to be really, really looked into, more tolerant, more flexible, and more patience. We will have to look at keeping ourselves out of a financial crisis. And many of us have gone through those financial crises. We have to see that we take care of that. Importance of planning and foresight and agility. We've been talking about it, that you have to have foresight, you have to have agility, you have to have flexibility. Nothing will happen in a very rigid manner. And of course, I just talked of patience also. You'll have to be patient. So now what are quarterly goals? Look, please listen to me very carefully. Today, when I want to sit and make my goals of January, in fact, what I'm talking about is in the month of January. So in the month of January, I make my goals of February, March, and April. And at the end of February, I revise these goals and see, did I achieve it or not? And now I make goals for March, April, and May. In the end of March, I make my goals for April, May, and June. That means it's every month I look at the next 3 months. Every month I look at the next 3 months. This way, I'm catering for what I couldn't do in the last quarter, what I need to do in the next quarter and all that. So I am not taking you, if you were more people, I could have asked you to go and work out these. So we neither have time nor the number of people to follow this.
Sir, can we have the previous slide, sir? Yeah. Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now here are your quarterly goals. Again, please ignore this 31st December 20. It should be 31st December 21. I corrected these slides, but somewhere I think some things are missed out. So now today I'm looking at what is my January goals, February goals, March goals. Then I will look at my February, March, and April goals. Then I look at March, April, and May goals. And then I look at April, May, and June goals. So I've covered 6 months here. Similarly, you'll go on to the next 6 months. Have you all understood the concept of quarterly roll-on plan?
Yes, sir.
In making some sense or no? Because if I just make monthly goals and if I make quarterly goals and I say from January to March, then at March I start looking at April absolutely fresh. But here it's going to be a continuous leapfrog method. So every time you're looking at the next 3 months with this month in particular. So your adjustments and your flexibility and your agility becomes much better if you take this roll-on plan. Now the next one is, I realized and I did a little study, and this study happened somewhere between the middle of 2020 to middle of 2021. And we covered about 10 to 15 very successful companies who even in COVID did very well. And I realized that they make boss goals. Boss goals are, firstly, they're bold. You know, the moment you're conservative and you say, pata nahi hoga ke nahi hoga and all, you have to be a little bold. You have to be self-confident. You have to take some risks. So make your goals very bold. The second is you have to make them ostentatious. You have to go out of the normal thing. You have to be more resilient. You have to take those risks and, go into the depth of ostentatious goals, which means that I will study the environment. I will see what others are not doing and be able to do that. The third is I have to work a strategy along my goals, which should include all my teams. How are they working? What are we looking at the big goals that the company wants to achieve? And the fourth one is when I'm looking at sensitive goals, that I have to be sensitive to people around me. I have to be more sensitive to my children, my family than I was doing earlier. People who are sensitive to the people in their companies. So I want you to look at this and say, individually, out of this, what all fits into my area of improvement that I can cover my goals in a boss manner. Another thing I want you to look at is direct goals, which means my goals should be dream based. I must have a very strong dream. They should be inspiration based, which means that my goals should be self-inspiring me. They should give me that motivation, passion, that I shouldn't have to work hard on them. They should come automatically. Route based, that I should know what route I'm taking. I should know the direction I'm talking about. So I've been talking so much about that direction. Your direction should be very clear. There should be emotions based where your why is very clear. That you are working on why do I need to do it? And why my emotions and my inspiration are making me drive towards a goal. Okay. Then there should be some challenge. They should not be easy to accomplish. Okay. And the last is they should involve a lot of my thinking, which means they are not the normal goals. They are the ones which give me a new perspective. They give me a new thought process. And lastly, I want to say, as I said earlier to you, we must make happy goals. Okay. So thank you. I have finished. That is all what I wanted to say. If you have any questions, we can answer them. And we have just finished on time. It is 8:04. And it is very rarely that I finish my workshops on time. I do get a little involved and they get delayed, but today I've done it on time. Look at the broad smile on Bindu's face, and if Bharti was there, she should have really been laughing, which is always, sir, aap late ho jate ho.
So
Yeah.
can you please share once again the direct goal slide?
Okay. In the meantime, I want you to ask questions if you have. Yeah. You should take screenshots more than writing them down. Ho gaya ke nahi?
Yes, sir.
No, I want Jyoti to tell.
Sir, done. Yeah.
Okay, any
There is
question?
some problem. There is some problem with my mic.
Okay, any questions? Yeah. So how many of you think that this session today will help you get more clarity in executing your goals and achieving them? So in the chat box, on a scale of 1 to 10, please write down how impactful or how useful has this session been. 1 if it was a waste of time, and 10 if it was super awesome. So from 1 to 10, just write down the figure. How do you think was today's session for you? Sudhakar says 10. Thank you. I feel good if people find it useful, because then I feel I didn't waste their time.
Sir, ultimately, we also have to contribute, sir. If we do not contribute, then
It's everything is depending on you. I can say anything, but
Yes.
implementation is, see, a lot of people plan, but they don't implement. So implementation is the key, 100%. Okay, anyone else?
Many
Only-
people plan and they cannot implement because the way you guide us to, okay, what, I mean, the questioning, the way you do the sessions interactive and the questioning all the time. So we start questioning ourselves and then we can give our best. I think that's the best way to train.
But Ujjwala, you didn't say anything in the chat box. I don't know whether you...
I think, oh, my message has gone to Jyoti. Okay, how come? Actually, I put an 11. Even earlier, I put an 11. So
Okay.
I'll check that out.
And what about the children?
I put an 11. I don't know. They're in the other room. I don't know what they're doing.
I'm asking them.
Oh, they're there. They
Whichever
put in
room
10.
They have mentioned, sir.
Okay, now
They
it's
put in 10.
okay, great. So I'm very happy if all of you have got a full value. I'm very happy. Now, if there is anyone who wants to take this further and wants hand holding, earlier I had thought of something else, but because of the response of very few people coming, I may not be able to do much. But anyone who wants can get in touch with Bindu. You're all connected with her. Otherwise, Bindu, you can once again write down your number here in the chat box. So you can connect with Bindu and she will be able to connect you with me on a 20 minutes or maybe 30 minutes call, on which we can work out a way if you need any further help. Okay.
Right.
So that's all what I wanted to say. And any questions, any suggestions, anything else you want to say, you're most welcome.
When do we meet next for a similar session?
I'm not sure because, now I not do a session till I have at least 20 people. It's not really,
Okay, yeah.
it is not really commensurate with the effort that goes into it.
Yeah, true.
And it is not,
Okay,
not worth my time also, because,
True.
if I can impact 20 people and I'm impacting only 5, it doesn't make that much of a.
It's not fair. It's really not fair. True.
I'm always prepared to contribute, but it has to be a two-way process.
Mm.
Okay, then. Thank you so much, and very kind of you all to be here. Looking forward
sir.
to stay connected with you.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank you.